Gats gets sacked. Yes, this is the news that Warren Gatland has officially left the Welsh head coach position with immediate effect. He's not even going to see out the rest of the Six Nations. He is leaving the Welsh team, and as it sounds like, he has stepped down from his position, or they've agreed to terminate it. He's they're not going to pay him out, which I think the WRU is the big reason why they haven't got rid of him already. But yes, Warren Gatland has been sacked. And this is coming off, I've got some stats here, 14 straight defeats with the Welsh team, their worst ever period statistically. They've dropped to 12th in the world rankings now, below Georgia, and they are closer to the USA in points wise on the world rankings than Italy. That is abysmal. And so Warren Gatland, it sounds like they've somehow mutually agreed for him to step down. And I think it's been coming. It's been coming a long time. It's not been good enough, really, I don't think, from Gatland. Is it the right decision, though? Because there is the WR issues. The board there has been a mess and has been running the Welsh rugby into a ground for a decade now. We're seeing lots of problems with the regions, players coming through. So it's been a bit harsh on whoever's been coaching for Wales to really bring in the next generation. We've seen about 5 to 10 legends of Welsh rugby all seem to retire within a 2-3 year window. Like some Jonathan Davies, Alan Wynne Jones, Gareth Davies, Tipperick. I don't know. Yeah, your others, Navidi, George North. Lots of players all retiring at once. So I think it's also been a bit hard for Gatland to get over that period. You think, when have we had a sort of a national team, international team, retire that many people within 2 or 3 years? Not really loads. Even if you think about England, Ireland, France in the last 10 years, you've probably not had that many people retiring all in a 2-3 year gap. So it's a bit difficult for Warren Gatland to navigate this period with the Welsh team. However, for me, he's still not been doing good enough. The squad he has available to him is not fantastic, but he could still get more out of it than he is. And some of it, just some of his player selections alone are absolutely mad. The way he's had about 13, 14 different halfback pairings in the last year, centre pairings in the last year. Max Llewellyn, top try scorer in the Premiership, not picked, even though he played, I think, every game in the autumn. He's gone back to Owen Watkin and Tompkins, and now Eddie James and Tompkins, and he's tried Dan Edwards at 12, even though he's at 10, and Tompkins, and he's moved Ben Thomas at 12 to 10, and it's really odd player selections. And sort of Cam Winnett didn't get picked, and someone else as well. I can't remember off the top of my head, but someone else. Someone like Rio Dyer, proven at international quality. It's odd. Tommy Raphael, as I keep saying, best jackler probably, definitely in the Welsh squad, but arguably in the Six Nations, not getting starts at a slow opposition ruck ball just seems like craziness to me. So I think it is the right decision for him to go. Even in their general tactics, there is no clear identity to this Welsh team. Their attack is all over the place. Defence is better, but then again, defence is easier to, it's kind of have a standard defence. The attack is really blunt. And for me, he is the right decision for him to go. And to be honest, I think the Welsh WRU should have got rid of him last year when he offered to resign. And since they said no, they were going to stick with him, obviously they can't really, if they change their mind a few months later, they can't just get rid of him straight away because they have to pay him out. But I'm guessing from the sounds of these news articles, it is going to be a step down. They don't have to pay him out the rest of his contract. Gatland, he is a legend. He's had about 2 or 3 Grand Slams of Wales and a couple other Six Nations, 2 or 3 British and Irish Lions tours. Like he's been there and done it. And I'm not criticising that he wasn't a world-class coach, but the game of rugby has moved on incredibly far in even 5 years when he took that team to the semi-final in Japan, Rugby World Cup 2019. So I think the game might have moved past him now, and sadly, he will always be a Welsh legend. For me, this does not taint his legendary status as a Welsh coach who helped them reached some of their highest highs in their history. And yeah, he should always be loved by the Welsh fans. However, he is not the man for the job anymore. And but that begs the question: who is going to be the man who takes over Wales? And in an interim role, it sounds like the coach was in there, Rob Howley. I got to check Rob Howley, the attack coach. Again, as I said, I just criticised the attack, not looking fantastic. So yeah, I'm not sure. You know, for 3 games though, they're probably going to lose to Gatland anyway. They're probably going to lose whoever they bring in. So I don't think it makes a big difference for this immediate Six Nations, sadly for Welsh fans. But yes, I don't think he's going to be a long-term successor, Rob Howley. But he'll be over in the next 3 games for the Six Nations. Obviously, you've got Ireland at home is the next one. So that's going to be a 50-0 pummeling potentially. But you never know. Sometimes you get like a really short-term bounce when you get a new coach in. So we'll see. You know, I know it's Rob Howley's been there in the coaching setup currently, but still, it can change players' mentality a bit. And then after that, I think they have Scotland away, and then I think they finish off with England at home, which is the biggest game in the Welsh calendar. So yeah, maybe whoever's interim coach has about 5 weeks before that English game to really try and get the team turned around and just make them hard to beat. It's not like England have been firing all cylinders, the Six Nations on attack. It came through that second half against France, but we'll see. And then we'll talk about long-term successors. Some of the favourites, according to the news articles I've read, is Michael Cheika, obviously on a 1-year contract at Leicester Tigers. He's already, Leicester and Cheika confirmed that's not going to be extended. So come midway through June, he'll be available to go to an international team, whether that be Australia, with Schmidt coming down after the Lions, or Wales, or someone else. And then also names mentioned, obviously Simon Easterby, current interim coach of Ireland, or Andy Farrell's away. He's also Andy Farrell's assistant coach for Ireland for the last few years. So will he, you know, he's had the taste of being a head coach for an international team. Will he want to do another 2 years and go till the end of the Australia 2027 World Cup? Or is he thinking, actually, I know the Welsh team is in a worse situation, but I fancy this being the main man and having a crack myself. So Simon Easterby has been touted as a potential replacement. And someone else is Franco Smith, obviously doing very, very well at Glasgow Warriors. Won the URC last year. Weren't the best team in the URC last year, but obviously managed to... They knock out Leinster? No, that was the Bulls. But they beat the Bulls away in the final, and they're playing some fantastic rugby this year. They're doing really well in the Champions Cup. They're up, I think they're 2nd or 3rd in the URC. So, yeah, Franco Smith doing a great job at Glasgow Warriors, and he's been sort of mentioned as a name to potentially replace Gatland at Wales, which is an interesting one because, you know, there's murmurs. I was going to do a video on Gatland, should Gatland stay or go, and then they just announced it. So like, I've got to do it now. And I'm also planning to do a video on Gregor Townsend. So would the Scottish fans be missing out on Franco Smith if he went to Wales potentially? Oh, lots of drama going on in the Six Nations this year. But yeah, that's basically it. I just wanted to get through Gatland gone, and yeah, I think it's the right decision for both him and the WRU. I mean, him saying multiple times, I'll go if it's the best thing for Welsh rugby. If they want me to leave, I'll leave. That is not a man who is determined for the long-term project of rebuilding a whole national team, a national setup. You know, Gatland, he's getting up there now. I don't think he wants the headache of dealing with a whole... It's going to be a nigh on decade-long rebuild, potentially, for Wales. So, yeah, I think it's the best outcome for everyone, the fans, the team, WRU board, and Gatland himself. So I think we can just shake hands, part ways, and hopefully Gatland will still be welcome as an absolute legend in the Principality whenever he wants to support on the Welsh team. But yeah, that's the news that Gatland's gone. I'm going to do another video soon on about a few teams that qualified for the World Cup. If you manage to get this far through, that's what's going to come next. So yeah, thank you for guys for watching. If you managed to get, you know, nearly 9-10 minutes in here. And yeah, massive news in the Six Nations. I'm trying to bring you more news on other stuff going around the rugby world. Like and subscribe if you got this far. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.